What's going on, Cowboys Nation, man? Definitely been a minute since I hollered at y'all. I'm gonna work on that, man. You know what I mean? Life's about consistency, man. I feel like that's something that's a constant battle with anything in life, you know what I mean? But enough about me, man. Cowboys are sitting 4-1, man. It's a beautiful feeling, man. Especially how, you know what I mean, how we was feeling after that game against the Bucks, man, with the injury to Dak Prescott. The defense, man, is the defense is probably the biggest key, along with Brett Maher. But let me tell y'all just about my pain as a Cowboys fan, man. Watching Brandon Marshall just dismantle our secondary, man. Just telling everybody get off of him like they his little brother in the backyard doing Thanksgiving. And I'm talking about that Broncos game, man. I think they had Kyle Orton, and that Cowboys team, it ain't like this team, man. This team is far different from a lot of the defenses we've seen in the past. Just a few years ago, man, we had Trubisky looking like, oh man, I don't even looking like Mike White in college, looking like not Mike White, but Manziel, looking like Manziel in college, man. And that's what our defense did. Our defense just allowed all these quarterbacks to look like all pros and pro bowlers and clutch performances, and it ain't happening no more, man. And I think the secondary, man, is a big key to that, along of course the pass rush and Micah Parsons. But the attitude in the secondary, man, because we seen what Jordan Lewis was and Anthony Brown was. We seen them before they and Quinton rival, and we seen what he's able to do with these guys now. And it's a big difference. It's night and day, man. And it's a testament to the environment that he's placed in his locker room. You see him after the game hugging Trayvon Diggs like that's his son, man. I'm proud. It's your first game, first tackle. Like it's the love that he gives to these players, man. And a lot of people they don't understand that when you have somebody that's in your corner and that's saying, "Oh man, I was on me. That's I gotta do better." They don't just throw blame at the next person, and you see that trickle down to Trayvon Diggs in his tweet when he basically said, "Hey, that touchdown was on me," referring to the Cooper Kupp situation, man. But even the Cooper Kupp situation when he broke a couple tackles and took it to the crib, it didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same, like it was a lack of effort or we weren't being physical. It was just a testament to Sean McVay and his incredible scheme, man. And I think that's something that we got to really focus on, man. This team is different, man. This defense is different. And I spoke with my homie Skywalker Still. It's crazy because I don't call him Skywalker Still, but you know what I mean. That's what a lot of people are calling him by. So if you say Will, you may be like, I don't know who that is, but yeah, that's my homie, man. And I called his show, and we joked about, you know what I mean, how many times I call, because I really don't call. I don't want to be that guy that's calling every show, you know what I mean? Not because he doesn't deserve it, because I know him personally, so I want him to let his actual fans, you know what I mean, get those calls and get those repetitions with him. But I called and we spoke about Sam Williams, and during that phone call, man, it was something that I wanted to put out there, that I think Sam Williams should be used more. And when you see him play in this last game against the Rams, you seen why I said that. Like, he's a little Micah, man. He's strong and he's fast, and in the run game, man, he played remarkable, man, along with Tristan Hill. Of course, D-Law. A lot of people be stunting on D-Law, man, and I don't get it. It's like he's not even getting that money no more. The money that y'all was so mad about him getting, and the contract, he's not playing up to the contract. He's not even on that contract anymore. You know what I mean? So he took a pay cut. I mean, I think he took the pay cut to get Gregory back, but once he seen, you know what I mean, once that didn't work out, he still took the pay cut. You know what I mean? And I think his effort and his consistency, it didn't dwindle. I think he's still playing at that same level, and now he just has other guys around him making his job easier. You have a whole a scheme full of players, or a scheme that's instilled by the coach to let other players make a big impact on the game, man. And that's when you see it all mixed together, man. It's like when you add all the ingredients, man, to that cake batter, and you see it start changing color, and it start forming when you start whipping the eggs and you whipping everything else, all the ingredients, man. It don't look the same. The texture is different, the color is different, the taste is different. And when you finally hit that last go around with that wooden spoon, you see it forming, and you see the color, and you see the transition, and you start smelling it. It just smells different, Cowboys Nation, man. And I'm happy because now we don't have to worry about scoring 40 points. And I listened to Vach too, man. I listened to all those guys, man. Shout out to Vach. She was like, man, I ain't dropping no 40 burgers freestyles with Cooper Rush. Ain't dropping no, you know what I mean? We don't. And the crazy thing about it is that we don't need to score 40. That's the biggest misunderstanding, is that we don't have to score 40 to win these games. It's not on Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. The pressure that CeeDee Lamb has to fulfill this number one transition role, and he has hiccups. This is his first time. This is actually his third year in the league. You know what I mean? So we're transitioning into that veteran status with him, and he's making big plays. Like, we already know he can make big plays, but he needs to be just more consistent, man. I think that's what Michael Jordan was so great at, is that he would take a situation and he would add motivation, whatever it was, man. He would come up with so many different things in his mind just to motivate himself and keep himself motivated. And that brings up another point with Deion Sanders, with the whole situation he had after the Jackson State victory, when the coach didn't want to shake his hand or whatever, and the one reporters, or not shake his hand, he shook his hand, but it was like a term of endearment, you know what I mean? We shake our hand and then we extend for the hug, and that's something that that coach didn't want to partake in. So Deion Sanders was asked about that, and he was like, man, does that motivate you? He was like, what? Like, he just the reaction, man, his facial expression, that touched me, because I don't look for outside things to motivate me, man. Like, the only thing that's not internal, that's not inside of me, that motivates me is my kids. You know what I mean? So if I don't lack motivation, that's something that you gotta fix, man. You can't be letting things, swindle your confidence and your motivation. So that's why it's always up here, and that's something Michael Jordan always did, man. If he couldn't find the motivation, and if that person didn't do something, he's gonna create a concept in his mind to where, you did something to me, I'm out to kill you. And that's why Jordan had that killer instinct, man. But back to them Cowboys, man. Sorry, I be having a lot of things, man, you know what I mean? But it all makes sense, I promise you. If you put it all together, you'll understand, you know what I mean, the concept. But let me break down this little versus match, man. We like to play Street Fighter, and we like to compare this person, and put them in the ring together. This whole Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush thing, y'all need to stop. For real. Like, come on, man. Come on. Seriously, man. Like, the offense is struggling. The only reason why the offense is having these good plays is because the system is different, and because the defense and the special teams is putting them in great positions. If you getting 3 and outs, man, you got the momentum. You got the momentum, man. And now it's up to guys like Kellen Moore, who's done a great job, by the way. A lot of people are saying, this is because we have to depend on Cooper, and Cooper can't throw the ball 40 times, blah, blah. Cool. I understand that. Let's see if he does that when Prescott returns to the lineup. But the pressure, they don't want to put too much on his plate. Whereas with Dak, man, Dak was the buffet. Yo, listen, man, I'm going back up there. I'm getting seconds, thirds. And that's how he was, man. And that's how the system was predicated around him. And also, the run game is different, man. Like, y'all gotta stop comparing Zeke and Tony Pollard, man. It's two different styles. Y'all think that Tony Pollard can just come in and get 30 carries, 28 carries, man, and that's not him. You know what I mean? It's times where it's certain games where he might get more featured, but you need that physical that physical runner that's going to impose their will and make them guys not want to tackle him. And that's what Zeke does, man. When you see Zeke run, it's rare that he doesn't go forward. It's rare, man. It's extremely rare that he gets stopped shorter line of scrimmage, depending on, it might be a communication or they might just be a great play by the defense. But when he's running at full speed, it's rare that he either is stopped upon a first impact or he's going backwards. It's rare that happens, man. And when you get that type of runner imposing their will, now you get a guy like Tony Pollard coming in that's just quick and fast. He's still tough, like he still breaks tackles, but now you got to catch me after you didn't want to tackle this man. So you need both of those guys together, man. It makes that stir drink. It's like the cake mix. It makes that mix better, man. And y'all got to stop trying to take ingredients out and thinking the cake is going to come out the same. You can't keep doing this, man. Keep it the way it is. Stop trying to put people against, and then we're on the same team. Like, we got to stop doing this, man. Another testing, man. It's crazy how, like, when we beat the Giants, man, it was a whole, oh man, the Giants are terrible. You know what I mean? They're not good enough. The quarterback, man, we all know the quarterback is trash, blah, blah, blah. But then they go out and beat the Packers. And now we all sitting here like, oh man, what's up with Green Bay? Like, what you mean? Like, maybe we just that good, man. You know what I mean? Maybe we that good. And if you look at the defense, man, the defense is getting better, man. We held the Super Bowl champs to 10 points. Like, that's unheard of, man, in this passing era where the defense, nobody's playing defense like the Cowboys, man. It's rare that you see a complete defense to where the secondary is aggressive and tackling like the linebackers, but they can cover. And it's the same thing that you see with the safeties, man. Like, all the safeties in their roles are different. We don't have a safety that can just cover. All our safeties are physical. All of them can hit. All of them is going to come down there and lay the boom if they want to or if they need to. And then you see the whole transition with the rotation of the D linemen. The front seven is crazy. Like, a lot of people was lacking was getting on LVE, but LVE was stride for stride with I forgot the running back's name off the Rams in that play where, hey, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. LVE was right there. Now, of course, he has his flaws just like everybody else, but I think it's fair to say that LVE is playing very, very well this year, man. And it may not be with the LVE that we saw his rookie year, but we seen what he's doing. And mind you, man, if y'all peeped the YouTube video where they was in the locker room, you saw who ended that situation, man. LVE was in the middle, said his little whatever he said, you know what I mean? And hey, LVE a little leader, man. Y'all gotta stop acting like LVE just like I mean, we gonna see what happens. I'm not saying he's irreplaceable, but I'm saying he has a staple on his team. Now going forward, man, I think just the Trayvon Diggs nonsense, man. Like, people saying he can't tackle and he's soft, and the thing about corners is that it's never a situation where a corner just doesn't get beat. In a passing league, how can you expect the corner not to get beat? That doesn't happen. So going forward, man, I think you're going to see more completions, or you're going to see more completions, of course, but you're going to see his confidence not dwindle, and you're going to see him tackle. That game 7 tackle against the Bengals, yeah, it wasn't no game-saving deflection. It was a game-saving tackle. Trayvon Diggs, game-saving tackle. Keep that in your brain, because y'all think that he's soft and he can't tackle, and he's listening. He's listening and he's tackling. I think one game, I think it was the Rams game, I think he led the team in solo tackles. If it wasn't the Rams game, it was the previous game. But it, like, come on, man. This dude, he's tackling, man. And I think where we're at right now, you see him like forming into a complete corner. To where, like, all right, he may not gamble as much, but he's not giving up the plays that y'all so-called say he was giving up. And then it was real crazy was that during one of these games earlier this year, they put out a little during the broadcast, they put out information. You know, they put their little visuals and all that. It said Trayvon Diggs didn't give up 1,000 yards last year. So hey, listen, they gonna run with it, man. They love to see Cowboys Nation fail, and they know the fans care the most, so that's why they say the most outlandish things, because they know they're gonna get a reaction. When you're passionate about your team, they know, man. Now this whole little situation where, like me, I'm a Bucks fan, as far as basketball, Milwaukee Bucks, but I got on a Spurs hat. Cowboys fans don't do this, man. In the NFL, it doesn't matter how close these sneakers and how much this Cowboys hat can go with your outfit. Nobody's putting on no Cowboys hat if they're not a Cowboys fan. Like me, I don't care how much these sneakers go with this Eagles hat. I am never putting on no Eagles anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's the crazy thing about fashion, is that, like, it's okay for me to wear, like, as a Milwaukee Bucks fan, I can wear a different team. I can wear their logo because it goes with my outfit, goes with my shoes, etc. But the NFL is different. Listen. If that dude got on a Cowboys hat, he's a Cowboys fan. That's my words on that, man. I'm not rocking no. Listen, I will wear other teams in the NFL. I'll wear their logo. I'm not wearing nobody in our division. I'm not wearing no Steelers, nobody in our division, no Niners. It's just certain teams I can't touch when it comes to their logo and some, merchandise from that team. I can't touch it. But there's other teams that I'll wear, like a Jets jersey before. I had a Chiefs jersey. You know what I mean? I rock different teams when I was wearing jerseys, but I wasn't wearing no Eagles green. The only green you might see is this green on my brim. That's the only green you might see me rocking that's similar to the Eagles green, man. But this is the game that we all wanted to see, man. Sunday night prime time. It's crazy because I was talking to an Eagles fan one day, man. This was like right before the season started, and he was telling me, like, man, we coming for y'all. I was like, man, we gonna have to see. Like, y'all made a lot of improvements, but we gonna see if Hurts, I'm making them strides. And he definitely made them strides. Like, he proved me wrong that, listen, he can get better too. If everybody else can get better, he can get better too. Now, the only thing is that defense that they was playing in the first 4 or 5 weeks, it ain't this defense. Lying on your ass, man. Y'all have a good one. Peace.